What's going on, guys? Back with episode 4, First Glance Box Breaks. Today, we got Anthony Conte.
What's up, guys?
He is both my manager and the director of operations.
Sure.
There's a title for him at Valentine Sports County, but even he doesn't know. So
It's on the website somewhere, I think.
yeah,
I figured
you
out.
coach,
Yeah.
you teach.
A little bit of everything.
You have this dog that you leave early for sometimes.
That was one time, and she had a hematoma the size of a golf ball inside of her ear, okay? And she's okay, thank you for asking very much.
I forgot. You went for that yesterday.
Yeah, that's a little fresh, man. She's okay now. My dog's name is Nala. She's a rescue, and she's good. Thanks for asking, Burge.
Yeah, well,
Burge is very thoughtful.
I try. Not really. Not when we got packs to open.
Okay, we're back to business.
Yeah, so today we have another assorted pack today. Lucky for me, I got another guest on that makes it flow a little easier instead of me just talking to you guys and really being one with the cards. Today we got
Instead, we're going to be two with the cards.
I'm talking, man.
Go ahead, sorry.
Today we have Topps Heritage High Number, Topps Fire, Topps Chrome, Topps Gallery 2018, and Panini Chronicles 2019.
Panini?
Panini.
Panini Chronicles?
You getting hungry?
You got a panini in that box?
I do.
Alright, good.
Ant is an eater.
I like to eat.
Oh, you're an ant eater.
Oh, there's other things there. Is this PG-13?
Yeah.
Okay. That's for that's future episodes.
Yeah. So, breaking into the first pack. Big old pack. We're going to find out about some of your baseball knowledge.
Okay. Interesting.
First player, Tyler Glasnow. Do you even know who he is?
Nope. Tyler
Do you know where he was drafted?
Where he was drafted?
Like,
somewhere
what
from the
team?
USA.
Very good, just he's really pale.
Yeah.
Alright. So, Tyler Glasnow, we all know, with the Tampa Bay Rays, drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's having a phenomenal year. Too bad he got hurt during the middle of it. He's come back, looked alright. Really going to be a solid number 2 behind Blake Snell next year.
Did the Rays draft him?
No.
No, who drafted him?
Pirates.
Pirates?
He was part of the Chris Archer deal.
That
Sent Chris Archer there, Austin Mills, and
Did I ever tell you our Chris Archer story?
Yeah.
Yeah?
With
Can I tell it now?
Yeah.
All right. So a couple of years ago, we worked out about Valentine Sports Academy. We had travel teams here, and we took a team down to Florida for a perfect game event. And one of our guys, Kirk Casale, who's from New Canaan, who's actually playing with the Rays at the time, got us on the field. Thank you for calling him Willie. Got the boys on the field. They're batting practice pregame. And, players are walking over left and right. We're getting pictures of that. Chris Archer comes over, and one of our kids, Matt Lichtenberg, has got a Yankee shirt on. And Archer looks at him and is like, come on, dude. Like, in the same division. We're in the same division, right? Yeah. And,
very good.
Yeah, and, just want to make sure I check my facts before we, mess up the podcast here. So, our talk show thing, whatever
it is. It's something.
And Archer looks at him and is like, are you serious? And he's like, I'm sorry, man. My mom packed my bag. And I was like, how old are you guys? Like 15. Your mom packs your bag? And we all lost it, and it was epic. So,
deservedly so.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Chris Archer. That was hilarious.
And now we'll live on with Matt Lichtenberger forever.
Yes, he's a massive, massive Yankee fan, so he probably packed it himself, but whatever.
So, player number 2, Blake Swihart. Got traded over to the Diamondbacks mid-season when DFA'd by Boston. Likely won't really have a spot in that outfield in the coming season for the Diamondbacks, so his move will be to get out of there, go find a place where he could be a 4th outfielder or a backup catcher again. But he's got a sweet swing from the left side. Looking forward to seeing good things from him.
What's DFA'd mean?
Designated for assignment. When you run out of options, you can't get sent down to AAA unless you accept the assignment.
Okay.
And if you don't, you get released, or they have a certain amount of days to trade you.
Got it. Cool. Thank
Next, one of my personal favorite players, Nick Markakis. Just durable as hell, goes out there every day, plays a solid Gold Glove right field. He's having another amazing season. He's got an outside chance again to 3,000 hits in his career. This dude was a stud for the Orioles for a long time. Now with the Braves as veteran leadership with Freddie Freeman.
And a hell of a beard.
Yeah.
Holy cow, that is impressive. Will you guys see that? Wow.
We'll just bring it right back.
I'm a little jealous, clearly.
Next, we got Francisco Mejia. I can't even say names today. Mejia obviously traded over last year from the Indians for Brad Hand in that deal. He also, another catcher, playing left field, playing catcher, because they got Austin Hedges, great glove. His bat's come along. This dude's got a sweet swing from the left side. Pairs well with their righty dominant outfield. So get him in with Josh Naylor, who's another lefty outfielder. They mix and match. Padres are going to be good in years to come.
That's pretty awesome. He's been able to play both of those positions. They're very, very different.
I think, well, baseball's turning away from the way that you were a catcher to now.
You know that I played outfield too, right? And as I've finished playing and I finished.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
All right.
Next, we have an actual outfielder, Ryan Braun. This is a now and then, so this is one of their insert cards. This is from his 1,000th career run.
What's an insert card?
So it's different. So can you see?
Mm-hmm. The gray border.
This has a theme to it.
Yep.
This is just a player card. So Ryan Braun really putting up a great season. Obviously in a limited role, they give him a lot of time off with his back and just as he ages. But that outfield of him, Kane, Yelich, Grisham has really come along this year. They're going to be good. Obviously they just secured a playoff spot, but it's going to be them and the Cardinals and possibly the Cubs with the right additions this offseason, still competing in that Central. And don't want to forget about the Reds. They made a lot of strides this season. Next, we got Christian Walker, a.k.a. Clayton Kershaw's kryptonite.
Why?
Every time they face off, owns him.
What are
home runs, like over 350 batting average. I think at least 4 career homers, extra base hits. Dominates it.
How many at-bats?
No more than 20.
Wow.
Like, small sample size, obviously. You don't get to face a lot of guys. They're in the same division, but you don't face them a lot. Owns him.
Wow.
You want to talk about something you're jealous of? We got left-handed reliever Scott Alexander, formerly of the Royals, now with the Dodgers, obviously, with the prettiest of mustaches in this card.
That is intense. That's thick.
You're jealous?
Thick.
What are you more jealous of, the mustache or the beard?
Oh, I don't know. The beard. The beard is just there's something.
Fully encompassing.
Yeah, my brother's younger than me, and he's just got a full beard. Like you got like a fake, kind of half a full beard.
Yeah, I got half a fake full beard. Next, we got someone with the same type of fake half a full beard in this picture.
Yep.
Drew Pomeranz. Now with the Brewers getting traded over there mid-season. Big piece out of their pen in the playoff run that they've made and are going to make was a Cleveland Indians farmhand. Got traded over in the Ubaldo Jimenez deal. Then from Colorado went to, I believe it was Oakland. From Oakland to San Diego. From San Diego to Boston.
It's been all over the place.
Yeah.
Wow. Travels light.
Yeah. And has been an all-star in the past, but definitely going to be a left-handed specialist as his career progresses. Not always the most dominant. He's trying to lost it a little. And finally, we have Nick Kingham, who at the time his card was made, he didn't know that he was going to get traded to the Jays, and then ultimately DFA'd by the Jays. Came up, set some record for the Pirates in 2018, and since then his career has progressed, has moved on to the Jays, like I said, and just hasn't found it. He was an older rookie when he came up. He's struggling to hold on to cards.
Kind of looks like Blake Griffin a little bit.
Yeah, you got a little of that. Yeah. All right, and from this pack, the featured player will be Ryan Braun. Use the insert card. I'm a big Ryan Braun fan, the Hebrew Hammer. So that will be that pack's feature player that you'll see more of in future in this episode. Next. Topps Fire. I think you're going to like how these look.
Fire. Don't burn yourself.
Ah. First player, Jose Abreu. Jose Abreu, in his final year with the White Sox, at least contract-wise, has come out and said he wants to stay there, likes what they're building towards. That entire outfield's going to be completely dominant in just 2 years when Luis Alexander Baspi and Luis Robert are both up playing with Eloy Jimenez. they're going to have 100 home runs combined between the three of them.
So while I don't know so much about all the current, baseball stats and all the stuff that Verge obviously knows about, I will say that I've been to Kaminsky Park and they put on a show there. It is it is a very fun experience. There's dance on top of the dugout, this, that, and the third. So as a player, I could totally see loving playing for those guys.
Yeah. Well, Chicago fans are loyal.
Yes, but I've been to Wrigley. I've been to Chicago and Wrigley. Well, it's beautiful, and you have to go there.
And Wrigley is like one of my favorites.
It's like a stadium-wise.
Yeah.
But I mean, like actually, like putting on a show.
Oh, then
like,
you need to go to Milwaukee.
Okay, there you go. They're awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an entire experience built from the youngest fan to the oldest fan.
Really cool.
All right, next player, a Milwaukee rival, Nick Senzel, part of that resurgent Cincinnati Reds team, came up. Was drafted as an infielder, was told, all right, we need you to move to third, then move back to short, then now we're actually going to move you out to center field because of someone they got coming up through their minor leagues.
So he's an athlete.
Just pure athlete, had a dominant rookie season, he's probably going to build on it for his sophomore year. He's in a small ballpark, don't be surprised with 30 home runs, don't be surprised with 30 doubles. Dude's a real talent.
Gotta watch.
Next, the Yankee left-hander, James Paxton, who's had a hell of a second half, likely be their number 2 in the playoffs. There's not a lot to say about the Big Maple other than he's really come through.
The Big Maple?
That's his nickname. He's from Canada.
Haha.
And he threw a no-hitter last year.
Does he drink maple syrup like Buddy the Elf?
Sure. James, you want to answer that for him? Probably. Another big lefty, Chris Sale, one of the insert cards.
That guy.
Fired up.
That's pretty
Are you fired up?
That's very, very cool. Oh, yeah. This is like back in the day when I had Pokemon cards and you get the holo.
Yeah. The really expensive holographic cards.
Yeah. Oh, that is sick.
So.
Oh, does he always have his tongue out like that?
Probably. He's got everything flying at you. Elbows, knees, arms, tongue.
All over the place.
All over the place.
Going
200 plus strikeouts a season. Chris Sale will bounce back next year. Yeah, rough year.
Yeah.
Saw those stats?
No. What were the numbers?
Bad. 4+ ERA.
Was he just got hit around a little bit, or was it command issues?
Command was hit around. Strikeouts were up. He still had a ton of strikeouts.
Does he what do they call it? Effectively wild?
This year he was.
Yeah, we're just kind of all over the place.
But in years past, he's dialed up. Next, Jose Barrios, the Puerto Rican stud, #1 pitcher for the Minnesota Twins. You'll see him likely in New York, if the Yankees don't take that first AL spot.
Interesting that these guys don't have the stats on there.
Yeah, it's more of a story.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's very, very different.
Barrios obviously taking another step forward in his career, will ultimately be one of the better Twins pitchers they'll ever have in their franchise history. This dude's stuff is electric.
Really?
Yeah.
Ever? How long the Twins been around?
A long time.
Really?
I mean, we're talking that if he stays a Twin, we're going to get into Jim Cott, Burt Blyleven, like the aura about them as a Twin.
Wow. Barrios.
And finally, the flamethrower, 104 mile an hour, Jordan Hicks, with what they say is a sinker, but is really just a electric fastball. Had Tommy John earlier this season. Will probably come back late next season, but will probably be their closer until at least his rookie contract is up, when they don't have any more years of control on him. The feature player card has to be this insert, the fired up Chris Sale. So you'll see a little more on him and some highlights later in this episode.
So, Verge, I'm going to pull a Frank on you right now.
Why?
Because Liz is here at my 12:30 meeting. So we're going to have to hit pause on this. Let me go talk to her. We're going to come back, and we are going to keep burning these packs.
Oh my God, and we're back. 20 hours, dude?
It was a very, very creative meeting. A lot of good ideas came out of it. There was, things flowing and sharing, and we're back. Let's go.
You figure out.
Get into the cards. Stop worrying about what I was doing.
You figuring out what cake you want on Monday. It doesn't matter.
Oh, what, you think I get this figure by not taking care of what I put in my body?
Exactly. All right. So, just to recap, because I forgot to mention this before, the Topps Heritage Pack was the first of a blaster box. So that was 1 of 8. The Topps Fire was the second of 20 of a hobby box.
So what does that mean for the viewers and the...
What packs were into the boxes.
Okay.
Because at some point you're going to start running into, like the Topps Fire, there's guaranteed hits.
Got it. So based on you opened up X amount of packs and you didn't get X amount of cards, there's X amount left.
And you'll start to like either figure out a pattern or you'll know like, oh, this episode showed me good.
Yeah.
I might see a signature or something.
Got it.
Going to pack 2 of a Topps Chrome hobby box, blaster box. Sorry. Blaster box. So 8 packs.
I relate everything back to Pokemon. Just think
Yeah.
Blastoise. Yeah.
So first, Sean Reed Foley. What kind of name is that? Great name.
Reed Foley. It's like
Young, up-and-coming Toronto Blue Jays pitcher.
6-.
And he also has a 6 dash just like, do you remember the name? 20 hours later?
No. But he looks like that new football player.
Scott Alexander.
What's that new football player? That quarterback that everybody's loving with the jean shorts and same stash.
Minshew.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Sean Reed Foley, young up-and-coming starter with the Blue Jays, will most likely have a rotation spot if he pitches well in the spring next year. Their team is struggling to get pitching together.
Tough.
Well,
Pitching's everything.
You trade Stroman, you trade Sanchez. Guys hit the shelves. They got unlucky this year with Shoemaker and that ACL injury in Oakland. Now what do you do? Another young pitcher, Eniel De Los Santos. Good bullpen arm for the Phillies. Has pitched pretty well this year. Still figuring it out. Has a good slider. He'll be in the mix next year to be a competitive piece for them, but they are my 2020 World Series pick.
I mean, I don't know anything about his numbers or whatnot, but you could just see it right there in that shot. I mean, that billow right there, his shirt, you see all that energy he's got going with a strong front side, everything going in one direction. Yeah, there's some good mechanics right there. I know that's a one still shot. I gotta like to see some video on that guy, but that's a heavy ball. I'm going. He's got a lot of rotation on his ball too.
Yep. Next player, Rowdy Tellez, another young Blue Jay who, along with Justin Smoke, will continue to hold down first base as long as the Blue Jays bring Smoke back. But if your infield is Tellez, Biggio, Bichette, and Guerrero Jr.,
Bo knows,
and the Blue Jays know they got a powerful infield. And finally, Mr. Bringer of Rain, one of my favorite players. And this obviously is showing me the feature player card.
Bringer of Rain.
There's nothing more I love than watching Josh Johnson play. Had his haircut my senior year of college. It's not totally something to be proud of, but...
Pretty sure you have your background image on your phone for a while, too.
Yeah, for like a year and a half.
Yep. So this is a chrome pack because every single one of these is chrome tinted.
Yeah.
Got it.
Next, 2018 Topps Gallery, second pack from a 2018 blaster box. Move that side. I think you really want to like these.
Okay. Oh yeah, throwback.
So we'll start with a throwback, like you said, Don Manley. They're artist rendered, so they're drawn.
Very cool.
Or they're screen printed after they're drawn.
Very cool.
So Don Manley now with the Marlins as their manager, longtime captain and stud first baseman for the Yankees. If you're young, you have never seen video of this man play, go watch it. His career ended after 95 because he could not swing anymore because he took so many swings off the tee in preparation. His back was that screwed up.
Wow. What are these numbers up here for?
That's the number that is in the set.
Got it.
So there's 200 something cards. This is the 14th card in the set.
Got it.
Next we have the rookie from this year, now a mainstay in that Rockies lineup, Ryan McMahon. First baseman, second baseman, good, sweet swinging lefty. He, Garrett Hampson, Brendan Rodgers are all one split time between first and second base next year. They still got Murphy on another year of the deal. They'll probably move on from Yonder Alonso, but McMahon can definitely make up for any lost potential. He can swing it. No?
Rocky Mountain High.
Next, another personal favorite, George Springer.
Got a pretty cool story about Springer.
Oh, go ahead.
I remember playing against him a couple of years, this is a long time ago. He was at TCB or the Blue Jays around here in Connecticut, and showed up to play against him. And this is, stirrups weren't really a thing at the young level for us. And he wore stirrups, and I'm looking at him, and I'm just like, who's this kid? He's wearing stirrups, whatever it was, and I'm like clowning him. A couple hours later, we were clowned. He was just a man amongst boys. I think he had 2 dingers that day, like 6 doubles and a doubleheader. Just torched us.
Probably with the rate that he goes, it was a leadoff home run if he was leading off, but I'm sure he was probably batting 3 back at that time.
Unreal. And now what he's been able to do in a professional career, it's just really cool for me. Like, I didn't play against guys like that.
Very underrated on the dynamic side. You don't see a lot of guys really pushing both his defense and his base running and everything else. It's always about his bat. Yeah. This dude's 5 tool.
Oh, yeah, he torched us in the outfield. He had a bunch of stolen bases on the day as well.
Shit doesn't drop.
Yeah, no, he is pretty athletic.
All right, and the final player from this pack, it's a rookie card from this year, is Nick Williams, who unfortunately, after being traded from Texas and thinking he was going to find a more permanent spot in the Phillies outfield, has really just hasn't produced, which sucks. And now you have Harper there. And now you have McCutchen for 2 more years. Adam Hazley came on the scene this year. They traded for Corey Dickerson. They traded for Jay Bruce. Now Dickerson and Bruce might be on contract years, but there's no saying that they don't want to bring those guys back if they still aren't confident in Williams. And Odubel Herrera is on the restricted list and should be coming back next year.
So he's in trouble.
It's a crowded outfield, and he's only getting older. So it might be time.
Did they draft him?
No, Texas did. Actually, Milwaukee did. Milwaukee traded him to Texas in the Matt Garza deal. No. Yes, the Matt Garza deal, because Garza went from Chicago to Texas to Milwaukee. If I have that right in my head. There's a lot of movement.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts.
But either way, I'm making George Springer the feature player of this pack, so look forward to those dynamic highlights.
Awesome. We're going to tie it all together there.
Yeah.
That's cute. Frank is going to be very proud of that one.
Yeah. And to finish it off, 2019 Panini Chronicles. You get hungry?
These are my favorite.
Just because you're hungry?
Yeah, well, you're making me hungry, so let's go. We'll put it back. We got the Panini press outside ready to go. That's what we got to do. We got to get the Panini press in here. We open the Panini pack. I'll be making the Panini. We'll do it at the same time.
You got issues.
I like to eat.
First card, Christian Yelich scorecard. So it's got a different look to it. Really big head.
Fat head.
What do you got to say?
Is this the bobblehead card?
Sure.
That's really cool. It's like backyard baseball. It was like
with a realistic face.
Yeah.
Christian Yelich obviously coming off his MVP season. This season, the regular season at least, cut short. Hopefully he can make it back in time with the Brewers to make a run into the playoffs. But not a lot to say other than he's a stud. Yeah. He is that man amongst boys at the major league level right now.
He really is. I mean, some of those balls that are just like low and away that he somehow gets around and then pulls for homers. It's just, that's just some freak athleticism. Not necessarily the way we would teach it here, but it's, that's what
you can see that on Bobby Valentine's YouTube page and more come from them, along with scoutedsports and Ramp3 Baseball. Just fully encompassing.
Just laying them all out there.
Yeah.
Let's get them out there. Make sure you subscribe to all of those channels. We got a ton of cool stuff coming out. We're just trying to pump out as much content as we possibly can. But for now, let's get back to the paninis. Let's make sure we're going to stay on.
This one?
You better keep that away from me.
Next one, Griffin Canning rookie card. Griffin Canning, young, up-and-coming Angels arm. Will likely be a 2, maybe 3 for them. 2 at the high end, 4 at the low end. Has good stuff. Needs to build on better command, better control of the strike zone, and making sure batters are chasing his pitches.
You think he's related to Michael Canning?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I mean, Michael Canning struck out Aaron Sabato, didn't he?
Yeah.
Sabato's going to probably be on one of these cards one day.
That would be a story we'll tell when I pull a Sabato card.
Okay, yeah. Perfect.
Next, Ronald Acuna Jr.,
this dude,
who should have been the youngest guy to go 40-40. Hip injury sidelined him for the rest of the regular season, and he's probably going to light it up once the playoffs come around. But he torches your team.
Relax.
He embarrasses your team.
Wow. Relax, man. And like Shakira said, the hips don't lie, okay? I'm a Met fan. I've been a Met fan for a really long time. It's been you know, as you Met fans know, it's been an interesting ride. You know, we had to go through a lot, and you know, we just deal with these Yankee fans who just, you know,
wear other teams' hats.
Yeah, wear other teams' hats, and you know, have 16 guys on their injured list, and somehow still win a bunch of games. And you know, good job. I'm proud of you. I'm really happy for you as a Yankee fan.
Oh, okay.
I really, really am.
Yeah, I don't believe it. Let's move on to a future Hall of Famer, Albert Pujols.
Yes.
The machine. Not a lot to say other than since Trout has gone down, since Ohtani's gone down, Upton hasn't been the same. Cole Calhoun's trying to cool off. Pujols has stepped up. He's not obviously making the Angels just automatic winners, but he's keeping them in games. He's had some big hits, driving in a lot more runs. I think has a really good outside chance of becoming the all-time RBIs leader for the game.
How far off is he?
170 something. Like he's in the low 2000s. And it's in the low 2200s. I think.
How many more years in his contract does he have?
A few.
Yeah.
But even if he drives in 60 over the next 3 years.
I mean, anything's possible with him. He is just such a monster. You know, I mean, how?
It's his knees. His knees gotta stay healthy.
Yep.
And with Ohtani not playing the outfield, not learning how to play first base, Pujols has to be out there. So.
Is Ohtani no longer a two-way guy? Is he just pitching now?
No, he is a two-way guy. He hit all year because of Tommy John.
Okay.
But when he's not pitching, he's not in the field. They'll DH him.
Got it.
So it limits Pujols' moving ability basically.
Yep.
Can't versatilely put him at DH.
So he's still playing the outfield sometimes?
No, first base.
Oh, okay.
Ohtani should be learning the outfield or
Yeah.
getting more comfortable out there. The final player of all of these packs, Kyle Tucker, who, if he's not at the major league level next year for the Astros, they're doing something funky, even if they keep winning 100 games. This dude's swing, this dude's ability, he's got to be out there with Springer, with Brantley, who's got another 2 years on that deal. Move Josh Wright to be your fourth outfielder. Move Marisnik to another team. Move Wright to another team. Whatever it has to be, get this man into the lineup every day. His older brother also came up as an Astro, then moved around, went to Cincinnati, went to Atlanta, had more of a caveman powerful swing. When his swing is different. Like, it's something that should be looked at a lot closer as far as like the BVSA curriculum versus his swing.
Yeah, I'd love to see video on him because I'm seeing where he finished with that pitch. And I mean, obviously, you don't know where the pitch location was, and that's way, way after contact, so it's not necessarily a teach. But if that bat's down there that low, it's like a weird path to get there. He might have gotten fisted and kind of fooled and just rolled something over on that one. But
so I'm actually going to let you pick the feature player of this pack.
Oh,
We got Yelich, Canning, Acuna, Pujols, and Tucker.
This is actually pretty fun because I've got I watched Acuna this year at Disney Spring Training. Took that St. Luke's team out there, and we watched him at the Atlanta Braves training complex put balls in BP like dead center over. That was really, really fun to watch. But I think Pujols he's the guy, man. How do you not go with Albert?
Pujols will round out the feature players. Let's just go back over them. From the Topps Heritage, we have Ryan Braun. From Topps Fire, we have Chris Sale. From Topps Chrome, Josh Johnson. From Topps Gallery, George Springer. And from Panini Chronicles, Albert Pujols. So, thank you for watching this part. Do you want to plug anything other than what we've already plugged?
I want to plug you, Verge. I think you've been doing a great job at making sure that we're getting all this content out here. This has been a lot of fun. I'm really glad we ended up with the Panini things. But yeah, like Verge said, we're down here at Bobby Valentine Sports Academy. We've got something for kids of all ages. We currently have a 1-year-old soccer birthday party going on right now. So yeah, it's just been a lot of fun to do this, and I hope that Verge has me back. I'm sorry I don't have a ton of baseball knowledge on all these guys.
We're gonna have him back.
Yeah, but like to keep doing this, and hopefully next time I'll bring the Panini press.
Who knows? Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the highlight.